So here we are at Serrana Springs with Andrew Blake to talk about the art of awakening awareness. And first of all, I want to thank you for being here, but also talk about the power of awareness, the power of cultivating it, the power of tuning in, the power of, the other side. When we've begun to tune into awareness, what happens in our lives. And it very much touches on the work that you here at Serrana Springs and your personal work. So I'd like to start the conversation with perhaps what awareness is to you.
So one of the ways to think about awareness is think about the root word aware, which has wary in it. So it's really to direct your attention to what's actually happening in each given moment. That's what awareness is. But we fall out of awareness because our focus gets too distracted. And so things are happening so quickly in our lives, and let's say then an emotional upset happens, and you lose the ground of awareness. And in my work in Awakening the Adult Within, I support people to look at the roots of their awareness. So the roots of awareness, for example, all the way back many ancestors, many generations back, there can be patterns of awareness that are within us. So that's one level of awareness, being aware of your ancestral patterns. Meditation is another aspect of awareness. And in meditation, we're developing the capacity to bring our awareness fully into the present moment. And that's what I call being awake. You're awake when your attention is fully in the present moment. And when it's in the present moment, you're able to actually bring attention, what they call focused attention. So in Buddhist meditation, you train in the first aspect of it. So when I'm working with someone, the first thing we'll learn in terms of skills is called focused awareness. And focused awareness just means I can bring my attention back to the present moment. That's a definition for mindfulness, right? Mindfulness means I come back to the present moment. I come back to awareness. And then if I keep my awareness there, you develop the second aspect of awareness, which is called insight awareness. So let me give you, for example, if let's use a meditation example. If I follow my breath and then I start thinking about, oh, I've got to take care of the kids later, I got to drive them to school, I've got to pick up that stuff, the mind gets distracted, right? So in awareness, you bring it back to, let's say, your breath or mantra, so we're here at Serrana, so we could, let's say, bring our awareness back to the breeze and come home to the ground of awareness. When you keep that ground very stable, and that's when, let's say, we do longer meditations. So here at Serrana, we can do retreats. So we can come together, we can, camp out, cook really good, simple food, practice at the, at the barn, walk mindfully through the woods, and enter into silence. And when you do that, you start to feel the patterns. You can watch the patterns as they arise in you. So, for example, somebody says something to you, and it kind of, you feel that kind of uncomfortable feeling in your belly, and I call that the reactive awareness, right? So now my awareness is not, it's something else is going on, it triggered off something. When your awareness is very grounded, you can actually gain insight into what the reaction truly is. It's really just a thought, or it's a pattern, or it's a condition that's been in you for a long time. So when I do work, longer work with people, let's say retreat or in counseling, I'm supporting people to awaken their awareness of when they're in one of their patterns, right? And then we use focused awareness. Come back to your breath. Oh, I'm in my old pattern right now. And deep insight actually allows you to understand where the pattern is coming from. And I've had experiences where I felt into very old patterns and learned what Pema Chodron, a wonderful Buddhist teacher, says, that all of its energy, it's all a display of energy. So we're learning how to be with many, many different kinds of energies. We chose the name, actually, Angie, my wife, chose the name Serrana to name our land here. Sarana means, from the old language of the Buddha, it means refuge and sanctuary. So when you take refuge, let's, for example, we take refuge in this natural environment because it supports us. Because when you bring your awareness to the beauty of nature, when you bring it to the water, when you bring it to the wind, it calms the heart and mind down. And yet when we're in the city life, our nervous system gets very fragmented, and it's like it's not coming from a source. So that's another word for refuge, means what is your source?
And from that place of source, we can more easily connect with that awareness. We can more easily connect with deeper level,
That's
of awareness.
That's what I would call the deeper level of awareness.
Yeah.
If you know what source is.
Exactly.
So a source could be a spiritual source, right?
Right.
A source could be an aspect of a practice that you do. For example, yoga could be a source. Right? Yeah. The old farmers, their source was just being connected to, planting the seeds and being fully, being fully in what they were doing. That's really another form of source. The other aspect of the word sarana means sanctuary. And that, for me, also has a connotation of how you draw from your spiritual roots. So there are many wonderful spiritual traditions. And so drawing from those traditions and practices, like you have a mixture of different practices that you do, mantra practices, yoga practices. And these also strengthen that awareness, and they strengthen that inner resource. In another part of my work, I teach and work in the end-of-life community. And so there, people really need a strong refuge. You need a strong source to be able to be with someone there going through the deep transformative struggle of end-of-life, catastrophic illness, or the kind of emotional, psychological sufferings that can happen easily around end-of-life. So to work with people in that capacity, you need a strong resource. So I teach something called mindful listening, and that's an awareness practice. How to keep yourself grounded on the inside, aware of your own emotion, and ride that emotion while you're also being fully present with another person. And it develops compassion. And compassion is this deep-hearted awareness. So whether you're if you're an artist, you develop artistic awareness. You're also a photographer. That's another awareness practice, right?
Right.
And sometimes if you connect that awareness, let's say, to a spiritual source, it has even deeper roots, deeper strength. Like the lotus, right? Like the image of the lotus. Right? It's drawing its strength from something very deep. And it's connected to the sky and
Well, thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to be here. And I am in search for deeper foundations, deeper strength. So I think there's a lot of people in the world that are searching for that right now. As our world goes more into this, very much frantic energy and a lot of movement in the world, there's also this need to anchor and to get grounded and find sanctuary within ourselves and the environment around us. And sometimes, it's a two-way relationship. That we find sanctuary in the space around us, we're more easily able to look within. So they're all tools in our, healing that help us ground and help us take the next step that we need to take and help us have a more intimate relationship with ourselves and with, spirit within, whatever it may be for you. Yeah. So thank you.
You're very welcome.
Yeah.
Happy.